Hey everybody and welcome. Well, today we're going to do an extra long video and we're going to be modeling a laser gun in my 2019. All right, have fun.
This video has been made possible by Leidschendam, the creators of Keyshot.
Okay guys, well we're in my 2019. This is the model that we're going to create, or at least by approximation. I'm not saying it's going to be exact the same, but I'm going to use this as reference, right? Okay, so let's start off with the main barrel here. For that I'll take a simple a polygon a cylinder. I'll hit E to rotate, hold down J, and of course I will put the reference image link below. We're going to scale that down a bit. I'm going to turn on my X-ray, this guy right here. We're going to stretch this out quite a bit. Pull it down until we basically have the thickness of that main barrel that's going in there. Then we're going to hit W, and I'm going to push this all the way to the end. I'm going to right click, go to vertex, drag select, and pull that well into the main area here, all right? So what we're going to do next is we're going to go in here and let's go into insert edge loop, option box. Let's make sure we got set to single, and we do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one here, and I'll add one here, and we'll do one here, and then we'll do one here, and we'll do one here, and then one more right there. Okay. Q on the keyboard, we're going to right click, go to face, we're going to drag select, we're going to hit R to scale down like this, and then pull that out like this, and then this side we're going to sort in a second. That's alright. And then we're going to go in here, we're going to drag select these guys, we're going to bring that down like so, and we'll fix this in a second. And then we'll right click, go to vertex, drag select this, push that down as well, and let's see what we got here. I'll just turn this guy on so you can see it better. So I want to go in here and insert another edge loop right there. So I can hit R and scale that up to about here, and we'll right click and go to vertex, and let's scale that like this. That should be okay. Turn our X-ray back on. Let's have a look. I have to frame that. Now I don't want my reference image to be cutting into my model, so I'm just going to move that a little bit. So let's do that. There we go. And we need to deal with this, of course, so we'll go in here and I will right click and go into face. We're gonna drag select these guys, hit 4 for wireframe mode, so I'm sure I don't have anything else going on, and I do, as you can see. So let's do that here. Drag select, delete that, that's fine. That should be a clean selection. We'll hit 5 to go back. I'm going to right click and go to edge. I'm going to double click right here. Control E to extrude. R to scale in like this. G to repeat last command. W to push in. And then what we can do is hit R and scale that in. It's supposed to be a laser gun after all, so that would work. That's alright. And just to give it a little bit more detail, what we'll do is we'll go in, insert edge loop, and we'll put one in here, and we'll put one in here. Q on the keyboard, right click face, click and shift double click, Control E to extrude, R to scale in, just to give it a little bit more detail. We'll do something similar here, Control E to extrude, R to scale, and that seems to be alright, and we're good. Alright, so we're going to go in here and we're going to see how long this guy is. It's long enough, so no worries. So then we're going to look at the glass element here, right? Now for that, what we're going to do is we're going to take another polygon cylinder, we're going to hit E to rotate, hold on J, flip it over, W to move it over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit R to scale it down until the height equals the highest point. So something like this. We're going to right click at a vertex, we're going to drag select, we're going to pull that over here, and now we need to add some sections. So we're going to go in here, insert edge loop, option box, and let's set this to multiple, and let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's try 16. Okay, let's have a look. There you go. And what we're going to do is we're going to minimize this, and then we're going to go in here and we're going to start to scale them. We're not necessarily going to follow the exact amount of notches that we have here. And actually, just to make things easier, what I'll do is I'll right click and go to vertex on this guy only. Come on, vertex. Yep. So I'm just going to go to vertex, right click, and our vertex, there you go, and we're going to select these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this guy, right click at a vertex, drag select, and so what we'll do here is I'm going to select this guy, I'm going to right click at a vertex and drag select these and hit R to scale in like so. So we have basically the dimensions that we want. And then what I'm going to do is go back in here to insert edge loop, which is still set properly. And there you go, hit Q on our keyboard. And now we kind of need to figure out where we want them to be, right? So I'm going to start from this side, and I'm going to right click and go to face and click and shift double click, and I'm going to skip one row every time. And like I said in the beginning of the video, we're not necessarily copying this exactly. So now that we have that, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control E to extrude. We're going to tweak the thickness. So let's bring that in, and let's see, let's try minus 0.1. Let's see what we got. Let's do minus 0.2, and let's try minus 0.15. That's nice. All right, cool. Okay, so we have that. Now, in case you're wondering where that other section is, I just hit that by hitting H. So we got this guy. We can get rid of the faces in the middle there. So I'm just going to jump to this view right here. And we're going to right click and go to face. We're going to drag select. We're going to hit delete. And looks like I got a little bit too much. Hit 4 for wireframe mode. And drag select. That should be better. And that looks alright. Kind of cool. Yep. So let's do a soft preview at 3, which will give us this, and that looks kind of cool. And we need to tweak that. So I'm going to hit 1 to go back. What I'm going to do is go in here, right click, go to edge, double click on this guy, Control E to extrude, R to scale in, and that's going to be touching our main weapon. And then we want something similar in the front here, so we're going to double click on that as well, Control E to extrude, R to scale in, and that should be enough. Let's hit 3 to preview smooth. Looks kind of cool. And instead of preview smooth, we're going to hit 1 to go back. We're going to go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth. All right, so we're going to go back to let's see, we're going to go to display and show all to get our initial element back. Looks kind of cool. And then from there, we're going to go and have a look at the main body of our weapon. Now, somewhat similar process. We're going to start again with a plug-in cylinder, hit E to rotate, hold down J, flip it over like so. And then we're going to go to this view. And once we have this guy in place, hit R to scale down. And that seems to be the right thickness. I'm going to hit W, move it over here. Okay, so at this point I'm going to select all of this stuff and hit H to hide it. Okay, so we can just focus on this guy. So we have that. I'm going to right click, go to vertex, drag select, and pull that out to, I would say, about here, like that. Then we're going to go in to Insert Edge Loop, option box, set it to manual. And we're going to have one here and one here. That would be kind of okay. And then we're going to have one here and we're going to have one here. Like that. And we'll see how we're going to sort that, but this is okay for now. And then I'm just going to jump fuse here. And I'm going to hit Q on my keyboard, right click, go to face, click and shift, double click, Control E to extrude. And let's add some thickness, and we will go and have a look here to see how much that should be. Let's try 0.01. 0.02 might be better. Maybe even more than that. 0.04. Okay, I think that's fine. And then we can tweak the offset as well if you want, and we'll go inwards. Minus 0.1. Minus 0.01 is better. Let's have a look. That should actually be a positive value, 0.01. There you go. 0.03, that's better. All right, so we got that, and then we need to work our way to the front and to the back, okay? So again, I'm going to take out these faces. I'm going to right click, go to face, drag select, delete, and then we're going to start at this end, and we are going to double click on this edge right here. We're going to jump to this view, right? We're going to hit Control E to extrude. We'll hit W to pull out to, I would say, about there. Hit R to scale that in like this. G to repeat. W to pull out. And then we're going to pull out to about here. And then hit R to scale that down until we have the proper angle, okay? And then we're going to go in here and we're going to go into Insert Edge Loop once again. In this case, we're going to go and add, let's say, 8. And let's have a look. There we go. We're going to jump into this view right here, hit Q on our keyboard, get this out of the way. And let's see. I'm just going to turn on my shaded here for a sec. We are going to right click, go to face, click, shift double click, skip a row. And there you go. We're going to hit Control E to extrude. Let's do 0.02 and let's do an offset of 0.01, which will give us that, right? Which is kind of neat. Let's do a quick preview, object mode, hit 3. Very nice. Maybe I want some hard edges here, so I'm going to hit 1 to go back, and I'm going to right click and go to edge and double click on this one, and shift double click on that one and go to edit mesh and bevel, and then close the fraction to 0.1. So now if we go in and hit 3, we'll have a little bit harder edges there. All right, cool. So we're going to want to go back. I'm going to go in here. We're going to right click on the edge and double click on this guy. Basically going to do a similar process. So let's jump into this view, turn back on our X-ray, Control E to extrude, W to pull out a little bit, R to scale it down to about there, G to repeat, W to pull out, and R to scale down like this. Control E to extrude again, W to pull out, and G to repeat, R to scale way up to about there, G to repeat again, W to pull out to about there, and then Control E to extrude again, R to scale down, F to frame, and we're going to scale down to, I would say, about there. And we'll see in a minute how far we are. Okay, so we have that. Now we need to do some work here as before. So let's go to Insert Edge Loop. Let's set this to 6. And then we're going to go in here and add that. Hit Q on our keyboard. We're going to right click at a face And let's see, that one, that will start here. Control E to extrude. Let's minimize this guy right here. Let's do 0.02 and 0.01 on the offset, which looks kind of neat. And then we have this guy right here. We're going to go to insert edge loop again. We're going to set that to 12. I'm going to put him in here. Let's minimize this guy. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and hit Q on the keyboard, get a face. And we're going to hit Control E. Thickness minus 0.03, maybe a bit more. 0.04, there you go. And then we can tweak the offset if we want. 0.01, kind of cool. Let's do a preview here. Let's hit 3 to preview smooth. It's kind of neat. And let's see, we need to sort the end there. So hit 1 to go back. We're gonna right click, go to edge, double click. Hit R, scale that in to, I would say about there. That should be fine. Right click at object mode, 3 to preview smooth. Let's see, it looks all right. So we're going to go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth it instead of preview smooth. So now we can select and hit 1 and go back, and we're good. So we're going to go to display and show all, so we can see the whole thing so far. And there you have it, looks okay. And the next thing we're going to do is that end thingy here. And for that, we'll take a sphere. E to rotate, hold down J, flip that like so. W to move it out. We're going to cut it in half, at least in half. Right click, go to face, drag, select, a little bit more than half. We're going to go in here, we're going to bring that in. F to frame, R to scale down. To, I would say something like that. W to pull out. We're going to right click and go to face and get rid of those last 2 rows. And then we need this middle section here, right? So we're going to go in. I'm going to take this guy in object mode, bring that in here. F to frame. All right. We're going to right click and go to face, click and shift, double click. Hit shift period to increase that selection and hit delete. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into edge, double click on this guy, Control E to extrude, R to scale in, and W to pull out just a little like this. And we'll do that one more time. Control E to extrude, R to scale in, and W to pull out. I want to make sure that that curve looks all right. So let's have a look here. Let's see whether that flows okay. So turn off our X-ray. You can see it needs a little attention. And then we'll right click and go to vertex. Drag select this one. Or try to anyway. And scale that up just a bit. All right, so now that we have that, let's see if we have a look. Not too bad. We're gonna right click at the edge. We're gonna hit Control E to extrude and W to pull that out like this. Not too much, and we want that to flare out. All right, so let's have a look here. We're gonna go to about here, and then we're gonna hit G to repeat and R to scale out. And then G to repeat and W to pull out. All right, G to repeat, R to scale in to about there. Let's go to mesh and fill hole. which is now a huge n-gon. So we're going to go in here to face, and we're going to go to edit mesh, and under face to poke. So we now have triangles here, and that's not a problem anymore, right? Okay, so we have that. We're going to go in here, we're going to right click at edge, double click on this guy, scale it in to basically give it this shape, and we want to round it out a little bit. So we're going to go to insert edge loop. Let's do 2, and we'll do them right there. Hit Q on our keyboard, and we're going to go in here and take these faces and kind of scale it out like so. All right, and then we're going to close this guy, and let's go in and take every other, come on, every other set here. That looks all right. And we're going to hit Control E to extrude, and let's do 0.02, and then let's do a preview smooth and see what we got. Hit 3, which will give us something like this. Now we need to clean that up a little bit, so I'm going to hit 1 to go back. We're going to go to insert edge loop option box, set it to manual. We'll put one in here, we'll put one in here, one there and one there, and then we'll put one at the top here, and that should be enough. Q on a keyboard, object mode 3 to preview smooth. Very nice. Okay, so instead of preview smooth, we're going to go to mesh and smooth and actually smooth. All right, so this is what we have so far right here. Let's focus on this little thing on top here, or actually let's make these holes first. Let's have a look. After frame, turn on our X-ray. We're not going to have these exact same holes in the exact same space, but we'll get pretty close. Let's get rid of this here. We're going to go in here to face, and we'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And we're going to go in here and delete those. That's not bad. And then, of course, we want the other side as well. So I'm just going to hit 1 to go back. And then we will right click at a face, 1, 2, and hold in shift while you do that. And we should have the other side, and hit delete. And we do, yeah, fine. So now we can go in here, go to object mode, and go to mesh and smooth and actually smooth. All right, so we have that. If you are worried about the inside there, because you think you can see the black inside and whatnot, what you can consider is selecting this, go to edge, double click on this, shift double click on this, go to edit mesh and bridge, right? And you'll get an opening going all the way through. Double click, shift double click, G to repeat last command, double click, shift double click, and G to repeat last command, and then double click and shift double click and G to repeat last command, right? Okay, so you get something like this with an opening through and through. Looks a little bit better, right? Okay, so we got that. Let's focus on this bridge little thingy on top there. And just to give you an idea, this thing is actually glass, or supposed to be glass. I'm just going to add a new material. We'll go in here and we'll do a blend. And I'll go in here and I'll increase the transparency so you can see that, right? There you go. Okay, so we got that. Let's look at this thing on top. For that, we're going to take a polygon torus. We're gonna hit E to rotate it. We're gonna flip it over like this, and then flip it again like this. And then we are going to hit R to scale it down a lot. W to move it up. Check out this view right here. And what we'll do is turn off our X-ray so we can see what's going on. We're going to hit R and we're going to scale this up a little bit. And I want the section radius to be thinner, so 0.2 maybe. Maybe 0.3. Yeah, it's pretty close. Okay, so then we're going to go into face and we're going to drag select half, delete that, and we'll drag select half and delete that. We're going to take this guy, hit W, move it in here, hit R, scale it down a bit. So move that into place to about there, I would say. Control D to duplicate, W to move, E to flip around, so rotate that around 90 degrees, and that should be 90. Yeah, it is. Hit W to move that out. All right, and then we're going to jump in, F to frame, we're going to right click, go to edge, we're going to double click, we're going to flip over to this end, right click edge. Actually, these two need to be combined first. Hang on. Object mode, shift select, and mesh, and where to go? Combine, yeah. Right click edge, double click, shift, double click, edit mesh and bridge, and here you need to choose how many sections you want in the middle. So I want a linear path, and let's do 20, and hit bridge. Okay, so pretty close. Then we need these little donut thingies. So for that, we'll take another torus. We'll make it nice and small. So hit R, scale that way down. W to pull that up. R to scale it way, way, way down. We're gonna have a look from the top. Hit 4 for wireframe mode. W to move this guy. R to scale it down a bit. And F to frame. Let's have a look. Seems it can be a bit bigger. So let's do that. W to move down just a little. Control D to duplicate. W to move over. And let's see if they're not too big. And we'll see. I think they are a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll hit R, we'll scale that in to, I would say, about there. And then we'll get rid of this guy. Control D to duplicate, W to move over, and we'll use that one instead. Now we might need to take the whole thing and push it down just a little bit. So what do we got? Okay, so we have that. It's looking good so far. Now we need to start with the whole handle grip situation. For that, we'll start off with a polygon cube. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit R. We're going to scale it in. We kind of need to eyeball the thickness though, so we'll push that down. And then we'll hit F to frame, and we'll start somewhere around here. We'll turn on our X-ray again. Okay, so we're going to push that up like this. All right, and then I'm going to right click, go to vertex, drag select the bottom vertices, and push that up to, I would say, about here. Drag select these guys, push it out here, drag select this, push it out here. Now it's going to be an approximate model, so keep that in mind. And what I'm going to do here is hit F to frame, go to the bottom of this guy, and we're going to right click, go to face, Control E to extrude, W to push down, and we'll take it from there, right? So we're going to try to keep the edge flow a little bit equal. So that's 2, G to repeat, W to push down, 3, 4. Just keep on going. And there are many ways to do this. It's just sometimes I do this, sometimes I do something else. This usually works. And just go down. That should be good for now, right? Okay, so what we're doing here, we're gonna start on one end, right click at a vertex, and what we'll do is we'll try to do this in groups. So select all of this and just bring it in like so. Skip one, bring it in, and just follow that line. Hopefully you guys can see it okay. And then we'll go into the other end and we'll take them one by one. Okay, and then from here we're gonna right click and go to face, and we'll take these bottom 2 and delete them. Okay, so from here we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here and let's just double click on this and go to mesh and fill hole, right click at a face, Control E to extrude, W to push down, and then from here we're gonna do is we're going to bring it in. We're going to hit E and we're going to rotate this guy at the appropriate angle. We'll hit W, we'll bring that in and try to get kind of a natural flow here, and then we'll right click and go to vertex and we'll push that guy right there. Okay, so let's see what we got so far. The whole thing's a bit thick, so we're going to go in here because we're going to have grips on it. We're going to hit R and we're going to push that in. So there's a good fit here, and I think that's okay. Right? We're going to hit W, we're going to push it up slightly. Actually, before I do, let's add some reinforcing edge loops. Let's see, it's set to manual, that's fine. And we'll go in here and we'll put one in here, one in here. We'll put one at the top, and then we'll put one at the bottom. And that should be pretty good, I guess. Let's see, hit 3. Hit 1 to go back. I think that's okay. Yeah. So we're going to hit 1 to go back. We're going to go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth it. Let's see if we have any issues here. Don't think so. Yeah. So now that we have that, let's have a look. We are going to create, let's see, the, I don't know if it's leather, but let's call it leather, right? So we're going to take this guy and we're going to move it up a little. There, let's see how that works out for us. Pretty close. And we're going to go in and we're going to create that grip that I was talking about, right? So we're going to take a new cube, and of course we're only going to make one because we're going to copy it over. And let's try and do that. So let's bring that in here. Right click, go to vertex, drag select, push that up there. We'll take this guy, push it up here, take that one, push it up there. And then we're going to go insert edge loop and add a few. And I actually don't want to see that guy. 2, 3, 4, and 5 to start with. Q on the keyboard, we're going to go to vertex. Let's start manipulating these. Hit W. Let's put that one here, and I would say here. And then I'll put one here and one here. And we're just roughly blocking out where they should go, so no worries just yet. We'll take that one and that one. Oops. That one and that one. So let's see what we have so far. Okay, that's this guy. We're going to pull that out. We're going to hit R. We're going to scale that in like this. And then what we're going to do is we are going to have another look. Okay. We are going to right click at a face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Control E to extrude. And we're going to tweak the offset inwards. Not too much. Try that again. I would say something like this. And as we do so, we will hit W and pull it out quite a bit like this. And then we're going to hit a G to repeat last command. We're going to tweak that offset again. Very minimal. 0.05 I would say. 0.07 maybe. Yeah, that's about the maximum. And then we'll push that out again a little bit more like this. Because if we go in here and hit 3 to preview smooth this guy, right? And then we make it thinner, and I'll sort the back in a minute. By hitting R and pushing that in, you'll get something that looks alright. Okay? So Q on the keyboard, hit 1 to go back. Let's sort the back here. Apparently I got a little bit too much going on, but that's fine because we don't need those back faces anyway. Okay, so we have that. Now we kind of want those notches, those, I don't know what they're called, those thingies. So we're going to go in here and we're going to double click on this guy, and this guy. Go to Edit Mesh and Bevel. Tweak that fraction to 0.1 maybe. Yeah, that's about right. Good, good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to take those faces. All right. And we're going to hit Control E to extrude. And let's do 0.01, but then at a negative value. So minus 0.01. That should be enough. We're going to go in. We're going to hit 3 to preview smooth. And there you have it. Cool, cool. So maybe we need to tweak it. We'll see. I'm going to take this guy, W, and we're going to bring it in onto our model. And we do need to do a little tweaking. As you can see, hit 1 to go back. So what I want to do here is add a few edge loops. So we're going to go into Insert Edge Loop. We'll put one in here. And one in here. We need to put one in here to hold that corner there. and then here and here. Hopefully that works out. So everything is a bit straighter, which is okay. Just means that I'll have to do some manual tweaking on it. And actually, maybe it's a bit too much. I'm just going to go back a few steps here. I think this looks a little bit better. All right. So I'm going to go to object mode, hit 1, and then go to mesh and smooth, and then put 2 sub-levels on it. That's kind of what I like. All right. So I think this looks okay. Maybe we need to move it ever so slightly. So I'm just going to hit W. And move it like that. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got that grip going on, and we might want to look at the top corner here. I guess it's okay. Yeah, it's not bad, right? So we have that. Now, what I want to do is instance that over, but only after it's done, right? Now, we need to create some screws here. I can boolean them in there. I don't really want to do that, so I'm going to keep it fairly subtle. What I'll do is I'll take another polygon sphere and I'll pull that out, hit E to rotate, hold on J like so. Then we're going to cut it in half. Right click, go to face, drag select, take out even more than half. We got this guy left. And we're going to hit R and we're going to push it in to kind of flatten that out, right? And then we're going to go in here, select it, Q on the keyboard, come on. Why is he not playing ball? No idea. What I'm going to do though is save my scene for the simple reason that usually when that kind of stuff happens, you lose your scene, right? So I'm just going to save that out when that's done, and then we're going to go and see why I can't select this guy for whatever reason that may be. One of those glitches, I guess. Nope, it doesn't want to play ball, so we'll have to just go back and sort that. It is what it is. All right. So hit Control Z to go back, and there you go. Maybe we can still select it now. Yeah, it looks like we can. Hit R, push that in like this, and scale it down. Hit W, bring that in here, push it down. Let's see where we need to be. Have to frame that. So we're gonna have one here. After frame, R to scale down. That would be about the right size. Control D to duplicate, W to move down. After frame, one about here. Let's look at the depth here, see how far it needs to be. Got them both, bring that in. Okay. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to select 1, 2, and 3. Let's go to mesh and combine. And then I need to instance this in Z or Z, right? So I'm going to go to edit and duplicate special option box, scale -1 on Z. If I'm not mistaken. Duplicate special, push that out to the other side, bring that in, and look at it from the front to make sure that they're even. Okay, cool. Right, so we have that. We have our handle. Let's see, what else do we need? We need that little thingy on the bottom. Not quite sure what that is. Looks like a little bulgy type deal, whatever. So what we're going to do there is we're going to take another polygon cylinder, not cylinder, sphere. Yeah, there you go. And we're gonna right click, go to face, get rid of about half, take what's left, R to scale that, W to move it over, push it down. Let's get that in there. After frame, and let's see, we're gonna put it in there. Just one thing though, I'm just looking at the bottom here. Yeah, that's okay, we'll do that. Okay, so we're gonna put it in here. We're gonna put it in around here. R to scale it up a bit, E to rotate that a little bit, kind of like this, and W to move that into place. Let's see what that looks like. All right, not quite there yet, so bring that in, scale it back a little bit. And I'm going to take this guy right here, and I'm going to take these vertices. So that one, and that one. And hit B on my keyboard for soft select. I'm going to hit W, and I'm going to move that down a bit. And then we're going to take these and move that down a bit. Looks a little bit cleaner, right? Okay, cool. And then maybe we'll take these and just line that up a bit better. All right, so let's see this guy. I think it's okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's just a little detail. So we're getting pretty close. We have this little element right here that we can add if we like, and why not? So what we'll do is we'll do another sphere. We'll hit E to rotate, hold down J, flip it down like this, jump to the top, right click at a face, take a whole bunch off, hit B to turn off soft select, delete that, and then we're going to go in here and I'm going to right click, go to edge, double click, Control E to extrude, W to push out like so, and R to flare out like this, G to repeat, R to scale out, G to repeat, W to push back, which will give us this guy. And if we hit 3 to preview smooth, there you go. Right, okay. So let's move that thing in here, and that is going to be our little detail thingy up top here. So that red thing, scale it way down, after frame, W to put it into place here, and then R to scale it down a little bit, and there you go. After frame, we're gonna get this guy on our piece. Where am I? I'm way over here. After frame. And we'll go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth. And then we'll go to edit, duplicate special, which is still set correctly. So we should now have a second one, but I guess we do not, or do we? No, we do not. Apparently it reset itself. We want edit, duplicate special, option box, duplicate special. That's odd. Okay. Hit E, we're gonna flip that around like so. We'll hit W, we'll push it over, after frame that, flip it around, push it in, and there you go. Now that looks kind of cool. We got one little screw left over there. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. We're gonna look at the trigger, okay? Now the trigger is tricky, obviously. So what we're going to do there is we're going to go to create. We're going to go to curve tool and CV curve tool. We're going to jump in here after frame. We're going to start somewhere around here. and we're simply going to follow that curve. And you can't see it, but trust me, I'm making a curve. I'll hit B to turn off soft select, and let's see, how am I going to show you guys this? Yeah, there you go, there it is. All right, so we have that. Now we want that to be our trigger. I think soft select is still on, I'm not sure. There you go. So what we'll do here is we'll take a polygon cube, and we'll just hit W to lift that up. I'm going to right click, get a face, delete that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and then go here, select this guy, modify and center pivot so it's in the middle. We're going to hit R, we're going to scale this guy way down, and then hit W and move that down to the beginning of our curve. Come on. So let's see where we're at. Kind of hard to see, obviously. Okay, so there's where it is. And let's hit 4. That doesn't really help. We'll get there. Let's see. We have our curve right here. I'll turn on my X-ray. Maybe that helps. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we're going to bring that into about here. So it's the center of that guy. And then what we're going to do is go in here, after frame, and then we're going to right click and go to face, select this face, shift select, oh, come on, select the face, shift select the curve, and then Control E to extrude. It's going to give us a thickness if we go the correct way, and then we need divisions so it will follow that curved line. Okay. So let's have a look here. Let's see what's going on. And I shouldn't touch thickness, and I always do that. 0. There you go. So that's starting to look okay. Thing is though that you see that's kind of tapering at the end, right? So we're going to go to the top corner, this little tiny thing right here. And when you click on that, you get all these options. And we are going to select taper, right? So now with the taper, you can go in and actually make that final piece nice and thin as in our original, something like, maybe something like that, right? Cool. So now that we have that, we're going to select this guy, object mode, and go to edit, delete by type, and history. So we can now go into our outliner and we can take the curve and delete that without killing our model, right? Now, this guy is not round, obviously. We're going to hit 5 or turn off our X-ray. So what we're going to do here, and I kind of thought this guy would be a bit longer, but we'll sort that, is we're going to hit 3, which will make it nice and round. Okay. Now we're going to want to go back. I want to have an edge at the end here. So let's go in and do that to hold that shape. Q on our keyboard, let's go in and we're going to go to mesh and smooth, subdivision level 2, and we should now be able to put it into position, hopefully. We're going to hit W and we're going to bring that in to about there. That's as far as we can go, I guess. And as you can see, this thing is a little bit too thick, just a little. So what we can do is hit R and kind of flatten it just a tiny bit. Yeah, that kind of looks cool. Right, so now that we have that, we have the actual trigger. It needs to go in here, and preferably we're going to create it where it actually should be, right? So it's starting up here, and just to create a marker for myself, I'm just going to select this face right there. And I know that I need one below as well. So I have that face, meaning that I'm going to cut here and here. And that's where I want my trigger to come out, okay? So I'm going to go in here, and I don't need a curve for this. I can just do this with a cube. So I'm going to hit W, and then move that down. R to push that way in. And make that nice and small. W to push that in there. After frame, And first we're going to deal with our thickness. So let's pull that out to about there, I would say. And now we can start to go in and create the actual trigger. So we're going to go to vertex. Let's hit W. Let's bring that in here. And we'll take that and put that up here. And then we're going to go from there. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take this face, Control E to extrude, W to push down. And let's do that. Hit R and kind of warp that a little bit. G to repeat, W to pull out. And again, hit R and kind of pull that in. G to repeat, W to pull out. G and W. And hit that R again. And then G and W. And hit R once again. Okay, so now that we have that, let's sort out what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to go in here, we're going to hit 3 to preview smooth, not bad. Hit 1 to go back, we're going to need to insert an edge at the top here. Hit 4 for wireframe mode so you can see where it's at. And there you go. Hit 5 to go back. We're going to go to object mode, and this is equally thick everywhere. So what I want to do is right click, go to edge, double click on this guy, hit B for soft select and hold down B and increase that selection. So now if I hit R and push that in, it will kind of push that down from the bottom there. Hit B to turn that off. I can now go in, hit 3 to preview smooth, and that will be my trigger, right? 1 to go back. Let's go in here, insert edge loop option box, multiple and 1. So it will go in the middle, and that will hold that shape somewhat. So if I now hit 3, it looks a little bit better. So we're going to go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth it. Let's set that to subdivision level 2. And I think this completes our weapon. Now what I'm going to do is direct click all of this, right? And I'm going to hit 1 just in case you got any soft select or smooth going on there. Everything still looks okay. So yeah, that's it, guys. Yeah, what I'm going to do as per usual, and not for the least that it's because of my sponsor, Leidschendam, of course. I'm going to take it into Keyshot and I'm going to put some texture on it so you guys have an idea what it could look like, right? So hopefully you guys have fun with this video here. If you do, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, okay? See you guys in the next video. Bye.